Who is Bubba?
Oh, Donald Trump, you's a punk.
Well, Trump didn't necessarily do that to Bill Clinton because it could be a different guy named Bubba.
People are saying that I did some real nasty things with a man named Bubba.
Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovelies,
I came across this particular stitch for you, and I thought to share it. Actually an hilarious one from both black and white Americans. People are asking questions. Who is Baba? Who is the said Baba that? Somebody was asking about a picture, in the said one of the emails from the Epstein files. Lovely, this inspired a lot of hilarious reactions, and I was able to put up some of those stitches. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment.
So have y'all seen the latest email drop? Trump did what to Bill Clinton? So apparently in one of the latest email drops, Mark Epstein, which is Jeffrey Epstein's brother, sent an email asking Jeffrey Epstein if Putin has copies or photos of Trump doing you-know-what to Clinton. Hint, blowing Clinton, aka Bubba. Apparently, Clinton's nickname, I guess back then, was Bubba. Baby, this was not on my bingo card, but when I say these details are getting juicy, they're getting juicy. And apparently in the email, Steve Bannon, you've been hearing his name float around, he was with Jeffrey Epstein when he received that email from his brother Mark. Which reminds me back to when Steve Bannon said, if they don't win the election in 2028, a lot of them are going to jail. Baby, it's all adding up. It's all adding up. But baby, it's getting juicy. Oh my God.
See, Donald Trump had a problem. Currently, many people in the world believe that he may have gave Bill Clinton that toppy. Now, if you don't know what toppy means, then you're just gonna have to eat that. No, Donald. Oh, them folk finna get me, but let's get serious. You see, this whole thing started with just a few emails. Democrats released 3 emails. Now, these emails were Jeffrey Epstein's emails, basically alluding to the fact that he knew Donald Trump. And remember, the whole time Donald Trump was saying he stopped talking to Epstein like decades ago. Meanwhile, in Jeffrey Epstein's email, he's saying, hey, Donald Trump spent hours with victim at my house. Another email from Epstein saying, of course he, Donald Trump, knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. That's important. We'll get to it later. And there's another email allegedly showing Trump and Epstein had a relationship, but you get the point. Republicans come out heated. They say, look, the Democrats only showing a couple emails to make Donald Trump look bad. We finna release everything. Donald Trump said, y'all finna release what? Y'all the ops? Republicans said, nah, Donald, don't worry. These emails aren't the ones that the FBI and the DOJ have. You see, these specific emails that the Democrats and Republicans are releasing are from Jeffrey Epstein's estate. These aren't the really wild ones that everyone wants released. These are like a starter pack, if you will. So Republicans are thinking, if we release all the starter pack emails and Democrats only release 3, then we're going to look like the trustworthy ones. Donald Trump said, oh, I see what y'all doing. The plan backfired. Because out of the thousands of emails released by Republicans, Donald Trump was mentioned in about 1,670. People come out and said, hold on now, Donald. I thought you didn't really talk to Epstein like that. Why is he always talking about you? Trump said, crooked Democrats. Everybody said, can you tell us your actual relationship to Epstein? Trump said, can the Democrats stop being crooked? See, we all can't get what we want. Republicans said, nah, y'all missing the point. Everything's up to interpretation. I want you to listen to this next part closely. Remember that email that Democrats released speaking about Donald Trump being at Epstein's house? Well, Republicans released the same email with the victim's name. The victim's name is Virginia. Now, this is important because Virginia was an accuser of Prince Andrew. There go Virginia. There go Prince Andrew. And there go Prince Andrew's hand. Okay, but let's go back to why this is important. Virginia came out with a statement saying that Donald Trump was nothing but a gentleman to her. So Republicans are basically trying to say by Democrats blocking out Virginia's name, they wanted to make Trump look bad. But Virginia came out herself and said, Donald Trump, he's fine. So again, Republicans' point is everything's up to interpretation. You got to see the full picture. Now, remember that other email I showed you earlier that Democrats released? Of course, Trump knew about the girls. Republicans said, hold on now, hold on. Look at that second part. As Trump asked Jelaine to stop. Jelaine's an accomplice of Epstein. She's actually right here in this picture. So again, Republicans are saying Trump asked her to stop. We not saying we know what he's asking her to stop, but we just saying everything's up to interpretation. See, y'all not peeping game. Democrats only want to come out with 3 emails. We gave y'all thousands. The American people said, interpret this one. Republicans said, no, y'all wasn't supposed to actually read the emails. We was just trying to prove a point. But since we're here, no, that one's weird. All right, here's where things start to get wicked. While Republicans were yapping about the 3 emails that the Democrats released, people started taking a look at the other thousands of emails. In one of these email threads, Jeffrey is talking to his brother Mark. And Mark asked Jeffrey this. Let me give some of y'all a second, because Lord knows I need one. And well, people start putting pieces together. People have always said that Donald Trump shockingly does whatever Putin says. So people speculated, well, maybe that's because Putin has pictures of Donald. Now, as for who Bubba is, people instantly thought Bill Clinton. Why? Well, because Bill Clinton's nickname is Bubba. And Bill Clinton's name has been brought up a few times regarding Jeffrey Epstein. And the memes were wild, hilarious, but wild. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's stay on track. Why you be opening his mouth like that? My fault. Jeffrey Epstein's brother Mark comes out and says, look, those were private emails between my brother and I. And Bubba is not Bill Clinton. Mark was saying he likes Bill Clinton. That email had nothing to do with Bill. Now, Mark ain't say it didn't happen. He just said it wasn't about Bill Clinton. Donald Trump looked at the Republicans. Republicans said, who Bubba? We just playing, Donald. Look, on the bright side, everybody talking about this. They not asking for the real files to be released no more. This is like a meme. You know the memes? The American people said, nah, we can do both. Where the big files at? Republicans said, damn, y'all folk want them files bad, huh? People have been asking for the Epstein files to be released more and more. So now people still want the files, and now they think Donald Trump gave Bill Clinton toppy. He's having a bad week.
This is my impression of Donald Trump.
Here's the deal. Every single person that started watching that video was thinking before she actually did the impression that she was actually gonna like bring out like an actual impression of me, Donald John Trump. Look at my African American. Let me stop. I'm gonna leave that shit to Jamie Foxx, because Jamie Foxx by far does the best Donald Trump impression. However, when she started doing her Donald Trump impression, I don't think a lot of us were like expecting that, like, to be 100% honest with you.
People are saying that I did some real nasty things with a man named Bubba. I didn't do those things, but if I did do those things, I would be the best at it. One of the believe me, we're looking into it. I could, I would, if it was, I would have rocked that guy's world, believe me, but I didn't do it, okay, because I'm not, I don't swing that way, but if I did, I would swing so much farther than anybody else has ever seen. We're talking, RuPaul would be jealous of me, it'd be so beautiful.
Who is Bubba? I saw Trump sign to release the files yesterday, but I want to know, are we going to find out who or what Bubba is? Because the internet has been interneting this past week or two. First, people were saying it was Ghislaine Maxwell's horse, and then people were saying, no, she doesn't have a horse named Bubba, but she did have a few dogs. Some people still think it's Bill, even though Epstein's brother Mark came out and said that they were not referring to Bill when they said Bubba. So who is it? Will we ever know? One of my first thoughts was these top 5 rival emails are probably going to bury the more important ones, but people have been focusing on more than one thing at a time these days. I have faith, especially in Gen Z. They're going to get to the bottom of every single email. My question is anything going to be redacted? But I guess, will we ever really know? We're just going to take their word for it, right? I guess. I don't know. At this point, I would believe anything. I feel like a lot of people will be surprised at who's in the files and what they allegedly did. But like I said, I'm just interested to see how people react to that. But who is Bubba? We want to know. I also can't believe this is real life happening right now. Like, this is our government. These are actual news headlines. This is so unserious. I feel like every day is an episode. What movie is this? I want to wake up from this. I don't know what to say, but what's next?
He's a bottom? It makes sense. It literally makes sense. He's real fluffy. Was everybody having nightcaps with Bubba? I mean, god damn. Hillary, I know why you pissed off, girl. I would have stepped out on him too, because not him frenemies and god damn it, I can't even fucking think straight. Hold on. You mean to tell me y'all was frenemies? Y'all was frenemies? No, because okay, I get it. Bill was definitely a top. Bill was definitely the top in that situation. But wigs are us, baby. You giving sloppy toppy? Oh my god. Jeffrey, you just keep dropping W's from the grave. And why does everybody have Bill's third leg in name? I need to know the time frame of this shit. Was the same time as Monica, or was it after? What else was going on these planes? Wait, Bill wasn't on the plane. Where was this at? And somebody said there were photos. You know, you don't have to send them to me because I don't want none of that stuff. But, you know, if you decide you want to post them somewhere, just let me know where you post them.
Quiet piggy is what Donald Trump snapped at a female reporter asking about the files. To be super clear, this is how predators talk to women. These reporters are so kind because I'd immediately ask back, so was Bubba Bill Clinton or the horse? And speaking of piggy, you're one to talk. One guy who is all over the files, Larry Summers, is currently a professor at Harvard, and someone posted the video of the start of his class today where he discussed his statement of regret for his disturbing messages with Jeffrey, and then was like, anyways, I'm gonna finish teaching the class. Wouldn't it be easier to just not let him teach anymore? You know you're at an elite school when your professor is in the files. Nobody had tomatoes in their backpack to throw at him. Ask him who else was there. Platforms are currently suppressing information about the files. This is an example of a video I posted the other day that was ineligible to be on the For You page. I've not been able to see a single tweet about the files unless I manually search it up. Because billionaires control our algorithms, you need to make sure you're intentionally following creators who are talking about this, who correct your For You page, and make sure that you're seeing up-to-date news. The main thing today, if you haven't seen it, is that Trump signed the bill compelling the release of the files, which means that realistically we are about to enter an absurd news timeline. But we'll make it through together.
I really need the Bubba and Trump picture. Why, you may ask? Because one, I want it. And two, every Trump supporter I've ever met, every single one of you, you're getting that picture for Christmas. I am going to put reindeer ears on Donald, and he is going to be going to town on whoever Bubba is. In my mind, it's Bill Clinton still. So, yeah, I need that picture. Do you guys want a Christmas gift? Because it's all dependent on this goddamn picture.
Hey, they said Trump did what to Bill Clinton? Hey, bro. I'm only mad because the markets is tanking. Bro, what? How the market's tanking? Because Trump, bro, you said he did what? They was doing what? They was doing what? Hey, bro. Putin dropped the photos. The whole U.S. economy going tank, bro. The whole U.S. economy going to tank if them photos drop. Bro, I'm just bro, you can't even make this stuff up no more, bro. What is going on in America? And what makes this whole thing even worse, bro, why the White House Twitter page gonna post this? When have you ever seen Donald Trump and his wife ever doing anything like this ever? Then a couple hours ago, they post this, America's power couple. Listen, bro, if it wasn't incriminating before, these tweets just made it worse. When have you... Something.
Y'all always said Putin has something on him. You guys always said Putin has something on him, but never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that something would be a picture, a photo of Trump giving a Gawk 3000 to who? To Bubba. Who is Bubba, you might ask? You might ask. Bill Clinton. What? No wonder during that election cycle when he went head up with Hillary, he had that dog in him. He had that blowfish in him. No wonder when he matches up with women in elections, he tap into something different. He tap into something else. Brother is a bottom. But in all seriousness, it makes all the sense in the world now why Putin just be sitting there doing whatever he wants, saying whatever he wants, moving however he moves. No wonder bro's always singing Putin's praises. Everything is starting to add up in ways we never thought it would add up. We are starting to read stuff. We are starting to read sentences that we're the first in our bloodline to read. Folks, it's getting nasty out here.
I already told my husband on January 20th, 2017, he will sleep with the next president of the United States. Guess who the president was on that date? Donald Trump. So that means Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton's husband, slept with the president of the United States. That is insane. The fact that this was a real tweet back in 2016 is genuinely crazy. Because as you know, Hillary Clinton was going big on saying like, it was always my dream to be the president. And she would always make tweets like this, like basically foreshadowing that she's going to be the new president. But as you know, she wasn't and Trump won. So this did not go over well. And as you can see, people are bringing this back up, getting hundreds of thousands of likes. Because after the new Epstein leak that just came out, it is getting really bad. Calling it the big beautiful bill is now 10 times funnier. Yeah, I wonder if he's ever going to be able to use that again. Like imagine he goes in front of an audience and says the big beautiful bill. Like you're going to hear like people laughing in the crowd. Like I don't know. The writers really outdid themselves with this one. Exactly, guys. What do you think about all this in the comments? Make sure to follow me. I'll keep it all updated because it's getting even more insane.
You mean to tell me Donald Trump gave the Gluck Gluck 3000 to Bill Clinton? You're telling me Bill Clinton allowed his saxophone to get blown by that orange man? That was not on my bingo card for 2025. In no way, shape, or form. Trump had one job, and he definitely blew it. And to top it all off, he posts this on the White House Twitter page. One thing them DL men will do is post their women when they get caught. There's a lot to be discussed about what has been coming out in the emails. And those aren't even the files. Like, these are just emails. These aren't even the files we have been requesting. But Trump topping Mr. Bill Clinton. I know Hillary is mad. I know she mad as hell right now. Not even just Lewinsky, but Trump. In the history books, ladies and gentlemen, what a time.
So lovelies, as we all know, the Epstein file or the Epstein list has actually took a turn on the space of social platform. It's been weeks, months of people demanding for the release of the Epstein files. So many people were of the opinion that, okay, these guys are hiding this for a very long time. It's high time this list is being released. So many people with different reactions until when this particular stage got people's attention, when this particular email, there is a particular email that was sent by Bill Clinton that has everything to do with giving, to Barbara, and so many people are mistaking Barbara. Is it? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well. Barbara or Boo to be Bill Clinton, where some other, I think Bill Clinton has come forward to like, oh, I am not the person he's referring to. But so many people have the opinion that, okay, if you're not the person, so who is this person? But people were like, okay, we believe that this should be Bill, but you know how it is allegedly. Nobody is actually 100%. But with the way at which things are going, with the way at which, so many people believe that, okay, it's actually he who everyone is suspecting. But the thing is that these rich folks, they can do undo. I'm just wondering, and I'm just here. Sometimes I just wondering how these guys how they're able to put out this, how they're able to come together, do whatsoever they feel that they has to do with this underaged, and at the same time they are all like, oh my god, being wealthy. I think that being wealthy makes so many people to act out of place, to act out of control. So many people are just being controlled by wealth, because before you know it, these guys are getting themselves involved with so many nasty things, like something I can't even bring myself up to call out. Oh my goodness, lovelies. They just imagine, according to what people are saying, that is being written, that is on the email, about some picture that orange man is doing words to the said Bubba. No, so they can comfortably do all of those things, then taking pictures of it. Is it the reason why, Putin is always like he has something against, orange man is avoiding Putin. He's avoiding him. Like he's using a very long spoon to eat with him. These guys, who can imagine what have really gone through in this house, in this Epstein whatsoever? The thing is that the people who are even less expected to be on the list might end up being on the list. And for this bubba thing, people are already pointing fingers, calling upon Bill Clinton. Even though I think he has made an official statement, right? Claiming that he is not the person. But people still do not want to. But, allegedly, lovelies, things are really, really going on. And it's so disappointing that the same people that every other person is looking up to are the same people that is doing the most. They are the same people that is doing the most. None of which is even free. Most of them have all of these skeletons on the cupboard. No wonder a particular person has to come out and talk about if they don't win the said election, most of them will be going to jail. So for him to say that is to tell you that there are so many things that people are even yet to find out. And when it's in the public, Anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel for you to do that. Like, and I will see you, lovelies, and I upload the next one.
Share, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.